Welcome to another show. Today it's a training log. I'm Carl Ragavan, Europe's original starting strength coach. So just a little brief interlude about my training. So as you should already know, I pretty much travel for a living and I'm still making progress, still putting weight on the bar, still getting stronger, no excuses. So in different countries, depending on where I'm at strength wise, depends on where I'm gonna start when I move to a new country. So for the start of the year, I was actually living in Denmark for 12 weeks and I moved to Edinburgh. So I'm in Scotland for 12 weeks. And so I had a pretty good training cycle in Denmark. So what I mean by that is I break up training roughly now into the amount of time I spend in one gym. So dedicated to that space, and then depending on how it goes, I might be able to just maybe take a little bit of weight off and then kind of push through and kind of keep rolling. So the 12 weeks in Denmark went pretty good, but no serious PRs. Snatched 100 kilos, which again ain't no thing. Done that before. No real big numbers. I got back up to a 160 kilo bench. So the numbers I did today: 220 kilo back squat for 5. Felt pretty easy. Even show you what music I'm listening to. I didn't need anything crazy hype. The gym was absolutely dead. Some murmurings of light conversation, so I just needed a song to kind of like drown out that kind of humdrum vibe. It wasn't anything crazy, as you'll see. I'll show you the track. Strict press this week on the overhead press is light for me, so with no straps, no belt. It's always good when you're doing like a light week and you really want to limit the numbers on the bar and really know if your form is dialed in. Take away all your little handy goods and apparel. So no wrist wraps, no belt, strict pressed 110, no problems there. Did a nice power clean with 100 just before I warmed up for haltings, and did 250 kilos for 2 triples. All the variables I've talked about on this channel already. Trying to keep my protein target, trying to keep my 8 hours, being consistent, doing enough steps a day, you know, all these things matter. So as it stands, training is still kind of low key, meaning my numbers still are way off PR numbers. My deadlifts are getting close to challenging numbers, my haltings and rack pulls, but squat for 5, my best is 250, so for 5, so still a way off that, and that's okay. I'm not in a rush to chase that down, but all goes well. By week 11 or so, week 10 of this training cycle, might be getting a big PR squat. That would be nice. I think a more interesting way to discuss my training is my expectations, right? Because I know when my lifts and my recovery and obviously my programming is dialed in, I know what I'm capable of. But I think the hardest thing is to get too neurotic with the numbers and know what your bests are, because 220 squat for 5 isn't an impressive squat for me. That's just the way it is, but I'm not worried about it because I know if training goes well in 5 weeks from now, I'll be there. Not feeling like you need to be in a hurry to kind of get to big numbers. Having bigger resets and then creeping back up to those big numbers as you get stronger, that's actually a really good training strategy. It gives yourself some time to readjust, maybe dial in a few things, and everything outside the gym as well. Food, sleep, recovery, doing enough steps a day, getting all that stuff organized, prioritizing, de-stressing, all those things. That's the key stuff which people don't want to focus on. They just want to chase the PR numbers, and they'll come if you do the work. And you've been training for as long as I have, you kind of know when a good cycle is going to peak to something big, because you've done it long enough. You've added weight to the bar hundreds of times. You know what feeling strong and that progress feels like, and you can see it on your logbook. So taking 50, 60 kilos off my squat and creeping back up 5 kilos every week, it's not a death sentence. It's actually exactly where I need to be. Another reason I wanted to post a training log is to kind of keep myself accountable. So I might make it a regular thing, posting my heavy day on Fridays, giving a little download, showing you that I still lift. I'm not just a pretender, I'm not just a face on YouTube. I actually lift for a living. I'm about that life. So always being on top of your game. I've always been a fan and respect people who walk the walk, not just talk the talk. Yeah, talking about strength is one thing. What did you do last week for a set 5? That's what I want to know. What's up? So yeah. So if you like today's show, comment, like, share, subscribe. You know the business. I'm Carl Ragavan. That was Beautiful Strength. The barbell never lies.